Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Flight of the Amazon Queen. When last we left off, Joe has stumbled across the home of the Amazon women deep in the jungle. Faye is there. She managed to find them while she was looking for help, which is handy because if she'd have hung around out here for too long, I imagine she'd have been in some bother. Then again, Joe really hasn't encountered any bother himself while he's been here. The most threat that he's ever encountered is a gorilla pretending to be a dinosaur. And that really wasn't that threatening. The Amazon women gave Joe the same task that he's already well on the way to trying to solve, rescuing Princess Azura from Floda, as they suspect the same thing that Trader Bob does, that Floda have her captive. And when I say that we're well on our way to solving this, I want to clarify and say that we're actually well on the way to starting to solve this, because we're generally collecting lots of items in the tradition of all point-and-click adventure games. After all, we're probably going to need all of these at some point in our rescue attempt. But for now, we're going to go and talk to the witch doctor, and then we're going to go and see Trader Bob once more. With the dictionary, we should be able to understand what the witch doctor is saying.
Hello, I'm Joe King. You must be the witch doctor.
That's correct. What do you want?
That is a good question. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm mixing up some potions for the villagers.
Can you make us a potion?
Do you use natural ingredients?
Of course I do. There's nothing artificial in my potions. I use leaves, flowers, tree roots, anything that Mother Nature will supply.
There was a pause there after I asked that question. Are you sure you're telling the truth?
Can I help you make some potions?
Sorry, kid. This is highly complicated magic I'm doing here. You just sit back and watch.
Okay. We want one particular kind of potion. We want a cure for a rash.
Could you make me a rash cure? It's for a friend of mine.
A friend, huh? Well, I need the following ingredients. The hair of a slow-moving climber, milk from a sacred site, and something else to give it a little buzz.
Is that all?
That's it. Bring them to me, and I'll have you fixed up in no time.
But it's for my friend.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you say.
Thanks for the information.
I'm happy to be of assistance.
But it really is for a friend of Joe's. He doesn't need it.
Nice talking to you.
Goodbye.
There's actually one thing that I forgot to ask there, but we'll do that later when we talk to her again. For now, we're going to go and see Trader Bob once more. We have an item he might want. This orchid here. Why don't we give it to him? There we go. Well, hopefully he wants it anyway.
I found this orchid in the jungle. I thought you might like to give it to Naomi.
Gee, thanks. Orchids are her favorite flower. You're a real lifesaver. We've got a date tonight and I hadn't found her a present yet. Now all I gotta do is find a good restaurant.
Sorry, but I can't help you with that one.
Naomi will really love this.
Glad to help.
I'm afraid I can't pay you for it,
Oh,
but I can offer you one of these fishing nets here.
that will do nicely, I guess.
I'd better hide it so she doesn't see it before our date tonight.
Well, I hope you get lucky in finding a restaurant, that is.
I'm sure we'll manage.
I want one of those nets, so we're going to grab one of them. We're going to pick up a net.
Are you sure it's okay for me to take one of these nets?
Sure thing, son. You're a special customer now.
Gee, thanks, Bob.
My pleasure.
We can use that net for a number of things. Mainly, we're going to go and get that perfume, and we're going to go and get that beetle. I think we'll go and get the perfume first, though, as that perfume is a little out of the way in comparison to the beetle. Over to the path we go, and that will lead to the pinnacle. Back to the crash site we go! We've been here a few times, although I think this might be the final time that we come here, as there are no more items for us to get, unless of course we use a banana, and we need another banana. I think we actually have 2 of the 3 items required for that potion. We do have milk from a sacred site because we have that coconut, and coconuts contain coconut milk, and we do have lots of wasps, and they indeed will provide a bit of a sting. Now that we have this net, we're going to use the net on the perfume. Excellent. Let's have a look at that, shall we?
This stuff is expensive French perfume.
That should be a good replacement for the perfume that Wedgwood ate. And now we're going to go and get that beetle, and I've no idea what that beetle is used for. We're going to find out eventually, I'm sure. There'll be a puzzle where it'll be like, if only we had this beetle! And then Joe goes, aha! I have this beetle right here! And everyone goes, how did you keep that beetle under your hat all that time? With extreme difficulty, he tells them, as he then uses the beetle to save the day. Off we go to the jungle, and we want to head this way. And once we head this way, the beetle will be here. And then we'll catch that beetle. There we go. At least I hope we'll catch that beetle. And we have 1 beetle.
If I didn't save him from that fish, he'd be a goner by now.
Good job there. And the fish isn't here anymore. I don't know what we're going to use the beetle for, but I do know what we're going to be using the perfume on. And the perfume has given me an idea. If we use the scissors that we'll be getting from Naomi to potentially get some hair from that sloth, that would be the 3rd ingredient. We have got to the point in the game where we're going to places and using items from one place in another place to get more items. Already, but accumulating the items that we need to make combination items, which will be very handy in solving even bigger puzzles. We're going to give this perfume over to Naomi here.
Excuse me, Naomi.
Yes, Joe?
We were talking earlier about you needing some perfume.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm about to make your day. Here's an expensive French fragrance.
Joe, you're such a sweet guy. All I have to offer you are my hairdressing scissors.
They'll do fine. I'm sure I can put them to good use.
Well, I can rest easy about tonight now.
Excellent! We now have a pair of scissors.
These are Naomi's hairdressing scissors.
They're going to be very useful. We have no use for perfume, but we definitely need some scissors. Scissors are the kind of thing that can solve many a puzzle. We have one puzzle that I'm hopefully going to be solving in a moment. I've no idea if this is actually the solution, but I like to think that I have an educated guess as to how we're going to do this. We need to head up here, because this pathway led to where the sloth is. And if we use the scissors, hopefully we'll be able to get some hair. Use scissors on three-toed sloth. Let's go!
It's too far out over the ravine for me to reach.
Ah, what did somebody say about what they liked? I think it was... they like the smell of nectar. And we have this flower, which if we examine...
It's full of sweet nectar.
Excellent. Let's use this on the sloth, shall we?
I have an idea.
A good idea?
If I put the flower on this branch, it might lure him closer.
Maybe.
Now, to wait.
You might be waiting a while. Meanwhile, back at the crash site...
Gee, I wonder what Joe is doing right now. Probably something exciting.
Later, it's not exciting. A few hours later...
That was painful.
It's a good thing we didn't have to see it. And now we're going to use the scissors on that sloth and get the hair that we need for that rash cure.
This won't hurt a bit.
There we go. Now we have sloth hair.
It's some hair from a slow-moving tree-climbing edentate mammal.
And you learned that from Jimmy. You learned something that day. It's always a good idea to learn something every day. Let's go back to the pinnacle, as I think we have everything we need to get that rash cure. Back to Trader Bob we go! This way we head back to the witch doctor, because we have all of the items. Let's just offer them up, shall we? We'll have a conversation first and ask about the spells that she casts.
Hi,
What do you want?
Let's ask this.
do you cast spells on people? And ruin their lives?
Hey, I'm a doctor, not a lawyer.
Fair enough.
It sounds like you don't like lawyers.
Yeah, they give me indigestion.
And let's ask about this.
You must be a very busy person.
Uh-huh. You can say that again.
And we don't have the option to... Oh, we do have the option to say that again. Let's ask that again, shall we?
You must be a very busy person.
Will you stop saying that?
Sorry.
Well, you did ask us to say that again, and so we did.
Don't you get holidays?
I have a temp come in once a month. Apart from that, I get the usual public holidays, like Great God Mobubu's birthday and Happy Sloth Day.
That sounds not so bad.
You seem to really love your work.
You bet I do. Being able to reach out and touch so many lives. Feeding off people's fear and ignorance. That's what being a witch doctor is all about.
Well, I better be going now.
Nice talking to you.
Let's start handing all of these ingredients over, starting with the sloth hair. There you go.
Here's one of the ingredients that you need.
Excellent. All I need is 2 more ingredients and you will have a rash cure.
Marvelous. Let us give you some wasps that are in this vacuum cleaner. I hope we can just give them to you and keep the vacuum cleaner, but I doubt that.
I have another one of the ingredients that you need.
Ah, some wasps. This ought to give the lotion a little buzz. You have done well. All I need is the final ingredient, and you will have a rash cure.
Excellent. And we still have the vacuum cleaner. Let's just give over that coconut, shall we? There we go.
She wanted milk, not a coconut.
Oh, we're gonna have to open it. And we have just the implement to do so. We have a knife. Use knife on coconut. That could have gone very wrong, King. Let's have a look, shall we?
It's full of coconut milk.
Let's give this over to the witch doctor.
This is the final ingredient you need.
Excellent. Now I can prepare the lotion. Unga putana. Unga na putan. Kachunga chunga.
What on earth are you doing?
I'm asking the gods to bless my medicine. Now, if you don't mind, putani chunaga chunga utani chunga.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Uh-huh. This medicine should cure your rash.
Thanks very much. By the way, it's my friend who has the rash.
Yeah, right. That's what they all say. Well, I've got other work to do, so goodbye.
Goodbye. See you later. Let's look at the lotion, shall we?
Dr. Ungawa's rash lotion for instant relief.
Excellent. I know somebody who'll be very pleased to get that. And we don't have the coconut anymore. I'm sure we didn't need it. And then we need to trade another banana for another coconut, and then go back and get another coconut. Hopefully not, anyway. Back to the pinnacle we go, as we're now heading back to the jungle. We're going to head north this time, and then we're going to go and find Skip. Skip, I think, is on the next screen. Amber Sloth is still there. Enjoy being over there. It's going to take a long time for you to get back to where you were. I have a present for you. Hopefully a present that you're going to really appreciate in the give me lots of money kind of way, like you promised that you would. We're going to give the lotion to Bud. Actually, it wasn't Skip that needed it, it was Bud. My mistake? Sorry for the confusion.
Excuse me, Bud.
Yes?
I found a cure for your rash.
A cure? How can I ever thank you?
Well, money would be nice.
Oh, yeah. Here's a lot of money. Don't spend it all at once.
I think we're going to spend it all at once, aren't we?
I'm rich.
You're even richer than you were before. Unfortunately, there is only one place that we can use any of the money that we get, and that is at Trader Bob's. So off we go, back to Trader Bob. And for some reason I managed to miss the, there we go, we need to go there. I managed to miss the, place we needed to click to get to this area. And off we go over this log, over a much shorter cliff. And we're going to head back to the pinnacle. And once we're at the pinnacle, we shall once again return to that hub of activity, Trader Bob's, where we're going to trade away all of this money that we have that we could be using to fix up our plane or get a new plane, because that does look like gold and would be worth a lot, to get something that we'll inevitably need to go and solve a puzzle. What are we going to get? We could try and grab any of these items. Let's see if we can pick up, for instance, the mouse ears. Can we get them?
I'd like to buy this.
Sorry, son, but that's not for sale.
Oh, but if it's not for sale, why is it there?
Excuse me, how much is this?
I'm afraid that costs more than you can afford.
But I have a lot of money. Surely I can afford it. What about the alcohol?
Excuse me, I'd like to buy this alcohol.
Sure thing, son. May I see your ID, please?
ID?
Yeah, ID. You have ID, don't you, son?
I think I left it at home.
I'm sorry, boy. No ID, no alcohol.
It's a strict policy, and you're enforcing it. Good on you. What else can we get? Can we try and grab any of the bottles here?
I'd like to buy this.
Sorry, son, but that's not for sale.
Do we have to buy the record? I get the feeling we're going to have to buy the record, aren't we? Is this the only thing you'll sell?
I'd like to buy this record.
Certainly. Do you have enough money?
I sure do. Here you go.
It's all yours, son.
Thanks.
Nice doing business with you.
I have absolutely no idea what we're going to use this record for.
Great German composers. Elevator Muzak collection.
But I imagine it's going to be very silly. I think there's only one location we can really go to right now, apart from the jetty. We could go there, we haven't been there yet. There may not even be anything for us to do there right now, but we might as well go and explore. We do have some money left over. Let's have a look at that.
I'm rich.
We may be spending that at some point. Off we go! Back to the pinnacle, and over to here. There's not much here at all, is there? Nope, doesn't look like there's much at all. Let's look at the sign.
Gone fishing. Back later. The ferryman.
We're gonna have to come here later at a more plot-convenient time, aren't we? There is a flag here, and it looks ominous.
That's not a flag. It's a tea towel from the pirate ride at Disneyland.
Well, it could have fooled me. Anything else here? Nope, there is nothing else here. Let us go back to Floda, shall we? We need to go there. It's the only place that we haven't really explored in depth, apart from there. And that, I get the feeling we're going to be going there soon enough. That would actually be a really good place to hide an underground base, wouldn't it? In a volcano. Now I'm thinking as a 1940s villain. That would be the perfect location. Anywhere else we can go to? Well, that's just all the crash site. That is a lot of space that the crash site takes up. We're going to go back to Floda, I think. we have more things that we need to do here. And when we come back, folks, we're going to see if we can infiltrate into here and find out just where Princess Azura is. After all, everybody seems to think that she's here, and it's very likely that she is. And we already have the perfect cover, pretending to be the Fumigator. I'm sure we'll do just fine. I mean, look at our previous track record. Okay, I think we might come across some trouble. Just a little, but nothing that King can't handle. Hopefully. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.